Hello, Nigerians. Hello, everyone. I want to quickly speak on this election that is going on right now. And as I can see, the election of today have been robbed again by your so-called politicians. Your so-called politicians has robbed you of your rights today, your electoral rights today as we speak, as I'm speaking right now. The election is going on and a lot of robbing is also going on. A lot of things are going on. They are disenfranchising people not to vote. They are suppressing so many people not to vote, especially in Lagos State. The threats that the promise is now really coming out. They are now really doing the beats of their supervisors. But I want to ask a question. Why is it that the judiciary has become the receiving ends of every elections in Nigeria? Why? Why is it that the judiciary has become the receiving ends of every electoral system in Nigeria? Why? Why? But I will tell you why. The reason is because the so-called Nigerian politicians or the political elites, they have studied Nigerians. They knew quite all right that anytime there is a national issues or a growing concern in the whole of the nation, no matter how strong it is, they just need a week or two. Everything will die naturally. Nobody will talk. And that is why they make sure that they buy the electoral system, they buy the so-called INEC, they buy every instrument that they need to buy, so that every election will go and end in the courts. And when you get to court, they also have their people to defend them. Well, the best solution would have been that there would be a very, very violent revolution in Nigeria. Because that is what these so-called politicians understand. They don't understand any other language. But unfortunately, the Nigerian people are nice people. They don't want to do that. But I wouldn't blame them for that. I would not, because no one wants to die. But what are you going to do? Now that every election time, they rob you of your election, they suppress your vote, they threaten you not to come out, they don't want you to vote. So what are you going to do as a Nigerian? Are you going to be under these evil politicians forever? My advice to Nigerians is, now that you don't have anybody to cry to, even you don't even have a president to cry to, because the president that you're supposed to cry to, he was the one who the electoral system laws that were made last year. He was the one. Remember, it was after much talk that he was able to come out and say, okay, I have to sign the electoral laws. It was after much talk. The man don't want to do it. He didn't want to do it, but he was pressured. He was pressured. Now, this is to tell you that he just want to sign it. He just want to sign it so that people will forget about it. What they want to do is what they are doing now. They just sign it just for signing sake. It's just a rubber stamp. Remember, we have a parliament that is rubber stamp. So everything in Nigeria is rubber stamped. The president just, signed that electoral law just for nothing. Because if that president have signed the electoral law and he meant it, what is happening now wouldn't be happening. In a country where there is law, a democracy, where there is law, where there is the law enforcement agents, all of them undermined. They compromised. Why? Have you ever asked yourself why they compromised? Have you ever asked yourself why they undermine this election? They don't care. They They even behave on the contrary. On the contrary, they help the talks. They help the talks to rig the elections. What kind of a country is this? What kind of a country is this? When is this country going to get it right? Only in this country, only in Nigeria, that the law enforcement agent will be helping talks, hoodlums, to rig an election. A country as big as Nigeria. Now that APC-led government has already bought the INEC, they have succeeded buying the law enforcement agent to their side. So what do you do as a Nigerian? Whom do you cry to? You don't have anybody to cry to. Because the president that you would have cried to was the same president who promised you free and fair, credible elections. But right now, what is happening right now? What is happening right now? So now you understand that you don't have a president to cry to. So my advice to you as a Nigerian is for you since the judiciary has become the receiving ends of every elections. All these elections that is going on now, everything is going to end in the courts. So my advice for every Nigerian is you now have on every court days, go and pour out your annoyance in the courts as a solidarity. Go to whoever that is concerned that is going to court. You have to go. Nigeria have to troop to the courts. Every court premises, whether Supreme Court, whether Federal High Court, whether Appeal Court, or whatever courts. Nigerians have to go en masse, just as you came out en masse the other day to vote for the presidency. You have to come out and go to every court on every court day, so that the judges, the Nigerian courts, the Nigerian juries or judges will see you. Since every election now ends in court, I think very soon Nigerians will now be going to court to go and be voting. There's no need of a polling unit. There's no need of polling units. So you go to on every court day, you have to go to court, stay there, and let the judges see your annoyance. Let the whole world, see what is happening. We don't have a country to call on our own. The Nigerians that are in diaspora can even make up another country. They can make up another country. They don't want to come home because the system is not okay. The system is not good. These politicians know what they are doing. Now that they are crying out, they are pleading, they are begging because their time have expired. Because they don't have anything to prove. They don't have anything to prove that they've done well. So the only thing they have to resort to is to take it by force. Is to use their talk to take this election by force. Because they don't have anything to show that they have been doing well. No good antecedent, nothing. They know what they are doing. They want to take this election by force. And that's why I'm saying every elections that ends in court, Nigerians should troop to that court. Nobody will kill you there. Everybody will go to the court. So that we will hear the judges. Everybody will hear the judge and see how they are going to come out from this. Have you ever seen a country like Nigeria where every election goes to court? Everybody is the owner of the court, because every time they will tell you go to court if you're not satisfied. Are they the owner of the court? Everybody is the owner of the court. The court is a part of the arm of the government. The judiciary is one of the arm of the government. So everyone owns it. They don't have the rights to it, but they make you feel that they own the court. So for that reason, you lose hope. For that reason, you don't want to do anything. But I'm telling you now that they don't own the court. You own the court. Nigerians own those courts. So anytime there is an issue, anytime there is a court day, go to that same court. It's your court. You have right to be there. There must be a way that we have to stop these evil politicians. There must be a way that we have to stop these looters. You want to remain in power. You want to remain in government. Yet you don't have a good antecedent. You misrule. You misrule. How will let your good work speak for you? Let your good work speak for you. If you are doing well, you are behaving well, the people will even beg you to come and rule them. That's how it ought to be. The people will beg you to come and rule them. Just as they are begging the Labour presidential candidate, Peter Obi. You see the massive love. You see how people love him. They want him to come and rule Nigeria because they've seen something different that is not in any other person, any other politicians. So you put up a good behavior so that people will love you. People will want to come, please come and govern us. Come and rule us as a president or as a governor or as a senator. I don't understand what is going on in Nigeria. Nigeria has become a country where every other country, ridiculed. Everywhere we are, we have been ridiculed. Nigeria has become a witch that eats her children up. Nigeria has everything. They have everything to make them to be a great nation. But why this? Why this? Why? Why this mismanagement? In Europe, when people are voting in Europe, unless you are told that they are voting, you will not know that they are voting in the Western world. You will only hear that they've already voted. But when they are voting in Nigeria, it will be like Afghanistan war or Pakistan war. Since these good-for-nothing politicians don't want to do the right thing, Nigerians, you have to force them to do the right thing. Defend your votes. Today, defend your votes. Just go and look at how the talks are destroying the voting system in Lagos. For God's sake, how can somebody say that some ethnic groups shouldn't vote? For what reason? For what reason? The Yoruba said that the Igbos should not vote in Lagos. For what reasons? In England, you have Yoruba community. You have Yoruba streets. You have Yoruba everywhere in England. That is another continent, 6,000 kilometers from Lagos. You have a right to do whatever you want to do there in England. You coexist with the white people, not even black people, no white people. Another continent. Then you come back to tell your next neighbor that they are not Yoruba, that they shouldn't vote here or they should go to their states. Is that not foolishness? Is that not stupidity? Why has black men become so wicked? Not all anyway. Why? The wickedness is becoming too much. These people are in Lagos. They pay tax in Lagos. They bought their house. They bought their property. They pay tax to the government. Then where do you expect them to go? Nobody owns Lagos. Everybody owns Lagos. Everybody owns Lagos. Nigerians have been divided. This is the only system, this is the only trick that they use to suppress Nigerians. Every time they come up with different makings, either they come up with ethnicity or they come up with religion or tribe. And because of ignorance, because of illiteracy, many Nigerians are falling for this gimmick. Why should we be falling for this? They always want to divide us. They want to divide us. They want to always divide us so that they can rule us. That is what they learned from the British. That is what they learned from the colonial masters. Divide them and rule them. Before you say this one is an Igbo, this one is Yoruba, this one is this one is that, they are already taking place. They are already succeeding. They are already advancing. So please, Nigerians, now I ask the question again. Now that you don't have anybody to cry to, whenever they disenfranchise you, they suppress you not to vote, they threaten you, they beat you, they use thug on you, who are you going to cry to? Because the president that you are supposed to cry to was the one who also promised free and fair. But under his nose now, under his watch now, look at what is happening to Nigerians in their own country. How can Nigerians become a second-class citizens in their own country? I don't know why Nigerian politicians are never ashamed of themselves. They are never ashamed of themselves. Meanwhile, their children are overseas, enjoying every good things over there. Enjoy free some free education, enjoy quality education, enjoy first class healthcare, enjoys everything. But they are in these good for nothing politicians are there killing Nigerians, killing their dreams. We cannot allow this to go on. So the next thing you have to do is always go to court, because they've already told us to go to court. So what you need to do is to truly go to that court. Let us go and see who owns the courts. The judges or the juries, are they not humans? They are humans. They are seeing what is going on. Even before they get to the courts, they are seeing what is going on in every area, in every state. Thank you, everyone. I want you to share this video. Let it go to different place so that people will, people will hear it, and maybe some people will respond. Because we don't have any other thing to do. Nigerians don't have any other person to cry to. They don't have any other person to cry to. So the only place we have to cry to now is, let us really cry and go to that court and defend our vote. These people, we have to push them away. This PD, APC, or whatever they call themselves, we have to push them away. Thank God, Labour Party has come up, and by the grace of God, other parties will also come up that we may likely possess the characters of Labour Party as time goes on. But systematically, little by little, Nigerians should push away these good for nothing politicians. The only thing they know how to do best is to suppress us, to kill us, to steal our money, and use it to train their children abroad. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. My name is Solomon. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.